The Super Bowl halftime show every year has some sort of scandal, some sort of people angry. Everybody, there's always something with the Super Bowl halftime show. We aren't even at the Super Bowl yet. It's not until February, for God's sake. But it looks like Jay-Z has been given, I guess, this sort of carte blanche to sort of choose the artist that he wants to choose every year. And I think he's been doing it for the last 6 years or so. And so people are up in arms because Bad Bunny's been chosen. And from what I understand, I don't know a lot about Bad Bunny, but I know that his lyrics are pretty nasty from what I can tell, and from what I've been told. His lyrics can be a little bit, but he also doesn't sing in English. He only sings in Spanish. But from what I understand and from what I've seen, back in the day when he first started out in Puerto Rico, you know, he used to wear a cross and he seemed like he was just, you know, the island's sweetheart. But now he has been sort of infiltrated by mainstream the record companies, and now it's almost as if he's owned, right? And so his messages have changed, his singing has changed. People still love him, of course, you know, but it looks like he's been chosen for the Super Bowl in February, and Christians are a little bit up in arms about it. So listen, I don't know a lot about Bad Bunny. I think I probably don't usually watch the Super Bowl halftime show to that extent, you know, especially having small kids. We would always shield them from whatever was going to be on. You know, if we knew that a particular artist was going to be on, we just didn't know what was going to happen during the Super Bowl halftime show. And so it's your choice. If you want to watch the Super Bowl halftime show, you can. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. I happen to think that sometimes sports, and I'm a huge sport fan. I love sports. My kids all played sports. I played sports. I love sports. I happen to think that sports can be a bit of a distraction. You know, there's a lot that goes on during Super Bowl, but that is a video for another day. If Bad Bunny, they seem to be pushing hard for him to be the artist, and he says that, you know, America's going to have to learn how to speak Spanish in 4 months because he sings in Spanish. He doesn't sing in English. There's also some talk about him being a pawn for cultural Marxism, that he is this sort of pawn that is being used to push cultural Marxism, to push a new alternative type of masculinity that we've seen with the LGBTQ community agenda. There's also this whole idea of him saying, you know, that he's sexually fluid, he's not gay. And what's he going to do once he gets on the stage? People are concerned. And so Christians, Corey Asbury, from what I understand, another artist by the name of Forrest Frank, they've said maybe we should do our own show, our own halftime show. I think Turning Point USA has even said maybe we should do our own show. I think that's a great idea. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? We can't always infiltrate what the world is doing and make them do what we want them to do. And certainly they can't make us do what we want to do.